Hi, my name is David Baker, and welcome to my Metaphysics productions of short video series. More people these days are becoming interested in the field of metaphysics in one way or another. Well, the purpose of this is for me to produce some short videos that aren't long drawn out to give you a little bit of information that you might not find on TV or in libraries, hopefully, by actually interviewing people in the field itself. I will be interviewing psychics, mediums, paranormal investigators, and others. In addition to the interviews, if any of them have had any amazing experiences, I would love to interview them and present that to you as well, which I will do. Additionally, I'll be having some more videos come out with questions and answers, hopefully to answer as many questions as I can about different parts of the field of metaphysics. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. And not only have I hoped you learned something from these videos, but that you've enjoyed them too. Thank you very much. Tom Flynn. He also practices at the Golden Gate Spiritualist Church in San Francisco twice a week while he's here, and there's many other events that he does. But Tom is also a healer in addition to a medium. Many mediums prefer to either practice a balance of their psychic abilities and mediumship, or healing or meditation or teaching. Tom specializes in mediumship and healing, and I must tell you, not only is he a powerful medium, I've witnessed him many times, he's also a very powerful healer. Tom, welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm very good, David, and thank you for this opportunity.
It's a pleasure to have you here. I also want to take this opportunity to thank you again for the times that you've been on my radio show, Beyond the Gate Radio. I really appreciate that. You were very popular on our show.
Oh, I mean, last time, I think it was just before my birthday, actually. My birthday's on the 21st of April, but I think you interviewed me just before that, and I think it went, great.
That's wonderful. I'm very happy to hear that. So, can you tell us a little bit about your mediumship? I'm not going to give you a line of questions,
right,
so people can benefit from this. This is going to be totally casual, totally Tom. Tom, you've been practicing mediumship for quite some time, have you?
28 years, David.
28 years, wow.
Yeah, you can imagine being this guy that runs and chases and does different things in their life, like all men in the UK, we love the soccer,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm laughing because, this particular time, to people listening to this, they think, oh well, my team was losing, and sort of what actually happened here, it was a Sunday. It was a Sunday game, and for some reason, I had to get out of the house. I just had to get out because they were losing. And I just strolled. And as I got closer to this walk, I walked for some time. And there was a white light above a little building. What I can only tell you as I felt this cold feeling come completely over me. It was like someone was calling me towards, should we call it that light on that building? Wow. And as I got closer, atop of that building was Spiritualist Church.
Wow, that's amazing. So, it's amazing how I've asked people what was the transformation in their life that changed their life and led them toward using their spiritual abilities or their sixth sense? So that was the defining moment for you, was it not?
It really was. I really didn't know what to do, so I took this opportunity and walked in, and
wow.
I sat in the back of the church. It was a lovely. Can I say the name of the church?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was Edmonton Spiritualist Church.
And whereabouts is that located at?
In North London.
Interesting.
And I sat at the back of the church there, and there was a gentleman on the platform, and he was giving prayers, lovely prayers.
Wow.
And they were all singing, doing healing prayers. And then suddenly he got an inspiring talk about life. You know, you could choose whatever you wished. You know, if it's to do with the universe, it's to do with nature, whatever it was. You know, you could stand out there and be free. I felt the feeling of walk, and it's making me go cold, David, talking about this, because it's an experience that I couldn't quite grasp at the time, because I didn't know why I was doing this. But it was like, when I sat there, I enjoyed the inspirational talk that this guy gave. I think it was about life in general, you know, and how we cope with certain situations or things like that. And it was marvellous. But the thing that grasped me was the fact that he was going to give messages beyond the grave.
And that really baffled you? You were wondering what's this all about, I can imagine.
I really did. And to my amazement, there was so many happy faces that day, you know, of connecting with their mum, their brother, even their grandmother. You know, people like this, they were getting comfort from this lovely man that stood on that platform. And you can imagine, David, I continued going to that church until one day, I always remember it. I'm getting a bit choked in the throat about it, because I went there. It was a Monday afternoon, and suddenly the lady that was standing there said, she's like, there was a panic there, you know, and she said, "Is there any mediums in the room?" And there I was putting my hand up saying that I was a medium. The reason for this is because I was getting these wonderful experiences as a child, growing up, seeing spirit, seeing my father who passed when I was a very small child, and God bless my mum, you know. So as I was growing, I was seeing all these people and loved ones and people that I didn't know, things like this, until...
So that was another defining moment for you, when somehow you were drawn to this spiritualist church to see mediums and healers performing services, and then to bring messages from deceased loved ones to people sitting in the church. And that really amazed you, that you were really drawn in. And after a while, one of the times that you attended the church, there was a certain point when they asked the audience, "Is there any mediums there?" Finally, you were able to put a label on, "Oh my gosh, that's what I am?" So you excitedly said yes, because you wanted to know what was going to happen if you raised your hand to see what occurred. And what did happen?
To my amazement, I found myself doing exactly the same, in a different way, because I believe as I've progressed as a medium, we all work very differently. But I just felt myself connecting with people that we love and that we still love. And the words kept on coming to my head: "There is no death. There is no death. Continue."
That's amazing. Now, when somebody dies or passes away, you have a lot of people come to you hoping to get messages, some believers, some skeptics, and some non-believers that may have never experienced this before, but they have the hopes to do it. So you've made contact with deceased loved ones in spirit. and every medium kind of works similar, but yet has their own specialized way. And you seem to bring in very detailed messages immediately. Do you see the spirit? Do you hear the spirit? Do you feel the spirit? How does it work for you, basically, when you're doing a mediumship reading for somebody else?
Well, when I first start the mediumship and the chairperson conducting the service asked me to get up, and I'm just sitting there and there's just nothing coming completely, you know, with me until I stand up. And then when I stand up, I seem to get this sense of a wonderful, warm, loving feeling that comes completely over me. And then suddenly the voice I hear, I feel, I sense. Every now and then I see the spirit, so I get the opportunity working for the spirit world or spirit helpers and guides that draw close to me, to allow them to work with me on a love vibration with all these wonderful feelings that I get working as a medium.
That's totally amazing, and that's Tom. Tom is unique. Something else I noticed about you, Tom, is that you don't go up and follow a set of protocols. You don't put on a certain act or anything like that. You just walk up. If somebody saw you in a crowd, they wouldn't know you were a medium. In other words, you don't carry yourself that way. But when you walk up on the stage, suddenly all eyes are on you. But everybody's relaxed because you're totally like natural. You have a certain style about you that makes everybody feel comfortable being around you when you do your work on the stage.
I like to think that that it does come natural to me. Like I said, I have been doing this now for, you know, over 28 years, and it seems to give the vibration of a warm, as I said, a very warm, loving feeling when I'm connecting with a particular person that draws close to me from the spirit world. I often get in my message, I will get a sense of music, a memory of someone with music, which I enjoy. I've only just started to get this.
Wow, something new. That's interesting.
So I'm starting to get that, and I feel that spirit helpers work with us. Things change all the time, and I've always said that I reach out to that energy, but for me, I just still know very, very little, and that keeps me humble. That keeps my feet well on the ground, and of knowing. I've said this to David before, that, you know, when you do lose some dear loved ones of your own, like a mother and father, as a very small child, I believe that my parents from the spirit world are truly giving me back the love they couldn't give me as a child to help others. And if I can just help one person each time I go to a spiritualist church or a spiritualist centre or a reading or whatever I'm doing, I know that the love of spirit have drawn close to me to help that person.
That's totally amazing. So if somebody has deceased parents in spirit and they miss them dearly, do they come around often or once in a while to see them?
This is my belief. I always tell people that when you receive a message, and especially when a loved one comes through for the first time and it shocks you a little bit, and you're coming in with a very open mind, but you're not really too sure, you know, really what spirituality is all about. And I tell them, when they do come close, because they often, you know, they look for people, they're looking in corners, they're looking in windows, they're looking in bathrooms, all different parts of their house, looking and hoping that their loved one's going to show theirself. But I always say, if you hold them close to here, to your heart and your soul, that's where they are.
I totally agree. That's totally amazing. Now, you're one of the few mediums I know that are you a practicing spiritualist, that you practice in a spiritualist church as well as other, areas?
I do. I had a good practicing ground, England, travelling the length of England, from England to Wales to Scotland. And I've also worked in, as David said, on a regular basis to the Republic of Ireland, which is, the doors opening up there very nicely, and the people welcome me so much. And it's like anybody, we're all reaching out for love and proof and truth.
That's a wonderful, so wherever you go, people seem to be opening their arms to you. That's totally amazing. Tom, is there anything else you'd like to tell before we go? Anything else you'd like to tell everybody? What do you like them to know?
Well, David was saying about my healing. I love doing the spiritual healing sense as well, because it always goes back with me to maybe family, because my father, who was a Roman Catholic, and you can imagine he had gifts of healing, spiritual healing. My mum, she had the gift of mediumship, and often my sisters now sit down with me and tell me some wonderful stories of my mum and dad's experiences. My mum often, every Saturday, used to go to a spiritual healer every Saturday, and because my mum had difficulty, she was paralysed down one side of her body, and she believed in the love of spirit and the love of healing. She would go and visit a faith healer just around the corner from where we lived, and what she would actually do to get there, she would put a load of bricks in a bag and put one of us little ones on the top, and often it was myself or my other younger sister, and she would get round to that spiritual healer, and it would give her maybe a sense of relief or also a very calm feeling when she left, and it would give her the satisfaction that she's gone there and reached out to that spirit, that love vibration that will get her through maybe another day or two.
So, for an example of your healing work as well as doing mediumship, can you give me a recent example? Let everybody know what you did recently in a church. Somebody had a problem with their spine, and I've had one with my spine before. I had to go to a chiropractor, take some pain medication and hot and cold packs. It's really a challenge to deal with that type of pain. But Tom, could you tell me give us a little bit?
Well, there's been opportunities recently where I've been blessed with my guardian angels, and then allowing me to be just a channel of love for healing. And there's been people where their back, their spine has been outlined, and for some reason Spirit have reached out to me and give me the opportunity to help these people with my guardian angel, to help them put that back in line. So it's like the back spine, the very back spine, from the bottom to the top, wherever it's been. If it's been a little bit out of line, for some reason my spirit helpers for healing seem to be very good with bones.
That's interesting. Is there another fascinating case that came up recently or in a distant past?
They're also very good with people with sight, and I've had good opportunities with that as well, where people are maybe have got cataracts or something like that.
Do people feel anything from you when you give them a healing? Do they feel hot or cold or tingling or anything like that?
Well, they often say, "Oh, your hands get very warm, Tom." And of course I'm telling them that yes, it's the spirit working through me. to allow me to help others.
Tom believes that during his mediumship he has spirit guides that he works with to do the work. Additionally, it's no different when he does healing. When he does healing with people, he has healing guides and he channels all that to give the most amazing healings as well. And Tom, as I understand it, your healing is mostly hands-off healing. You don't even have to touch the recipient.
Not necessarily. I have to. You know, it all depends what the condition is. You know, I put my hands on, or I will just put them around the aura. You know, or I always see when I get the healing, I actually see beautiful colours. You know, the greens and the blues and the reds, all beautiful healing colours, and that to me is amazing, just for me to be allowed to see those colours.
And I have one more question. Do you think if somebody chose that worked with crystals to do so, would a crystal in any way be a useful tool if some people would like to use them in their healing?
I do. I know a few people that use the crystals for healing, and as we all know, who understand the spiritual world and the healing vibrations and the medium, we all work very differently, and I can certainly say yes, I've actually received crystal healing myself.
That's amazing. Tom, are you okay in telling people how to get a hold of you if they'd like to contact you?
Yeah, I'm on Tom Flynn Facebook. So it's Tom Flynn Medium on Facebook.
So if you'd like to make contact with Tom Flynn and you really like to do that, you're not on Facebook, get there. Go on Facebook, Tom Flynn Medium. TOMFLYNN, and then the word medium. You make contact with him on Facebook, and if you'd like to have a reading or a healing or just to talk to Tom, he's got a big heart, and he's a wonderful person, open and honest, and I wouldn't be interviewing Tom today if I didn't think he was an amazing medium and an amazing healer. I hope this video helps in some way, and thank you so much, everybody. God bless. Have a beautiful day. And Tom, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just take myself as a very ordinary guy that was just guided. I'm going cold again, David, but it's like I was just an ordinary guy that was guided in the right direction, and I'm very pleased about that. And I'm also very pleased to meet you too.
Thank you. Same.